There exists a rare gem in the vast, overcrowded sea of anime. A masterpiece so profound, so layered, yet so criminally overlooked that its brilliance is only visible to the most discerning viewers. That gem is Chainsaw Man. While most of you peasants are busy fawning over surface-level anime like Ultramantra Doremi or Hyoka, true connoisseurs know where the real genius lies. Chainsaw Man is more than a gritty action anime. It's a modern-day retelling of Breaking Bad, which itself is a late modern adaptation of Goethe's Faust. To understand Chainsaw Man is to delve into the nature of ambition, morality, and the human condition. It is to confront the profound tragedy of what it means to sacrifice one's soul for fleeting power and purpose. And yes, it is to realize that Jesse Pinkman, or its Chainsaw Man equivalent, is nothing short of Christ. At the core of Chainsaw Man is Denji, a protagonist so unassuming that most viewers fail to grasp the staggering depth of his character. Denji is not your standard shonen hero. He does not dream of becoming the Hokage or the Pirate King. His goals are painfully, tragically simple. Food, shelter, and maybe, just maybe, a girlfriend. But herein lies the brilliance of his character. Denji is the everyman stripped bare, his desperation, his hunger for a better life, and his willingness to do anything to achieve it make him a contemporary Faust. Like Goethe's iconic figure, Denji sells his soul, though in this case, not to Mephistopheles, but to the chainsaw devil, Pochita. And what does Denji gain in exchange for his sacrifice? Not freedom, but bondage. He's thrust into a world of violence and manipulation, where the promises of a better life remain perpetually out of reach. The tragedy of Denji is that his dreams, while small, are still attainable in the face of the larger, more malevolent forces controlling him. This is a reflection of Walter White's journey in Breaking Bad. Both Denji and Walt start as men crushed by societal and economic forces, and both barter their humanity for power. But while Walt's descent is driven by pride, Denji's is driven by survival. The question that Chainsaw Man asks is this: what happens when even the smallest dreams are commodified and weaponized? Makima. If there was ever a character to epitomize the devil in disguise, it is her. Calm, composed, and endlessly manipulative. Makima is not just a villain. She's the personification of systematic control. She does not just command Denji, she owns him. This dynamic mirrors the relationship between Gus Fring and Walter White. Gus, like Makima, presents himself as a savior, offering opportunity and stability in exchange for unwavering loyalty. But beneath the veneer of kindness lies a cold, calculating manipulator who sees people as nothing more than tools. Makima's genius lies in her ability to make you believe in her benevolence, even as she orchestrates atrocities. She is not merely a character, she is a statement on how power corrupts, seduces, and consumes. Now, we come to the most transcendent part of this analysis. Jesse Pinkman, the tragic heart of Breaking Bad, reimagined in Chainsaw Man through characters like Power and Aki. Jesse is the Christ-like figure of Breaking Bad, beaten, betrayed, and ultimately crucified for the sins of others. And Chainsaw Man captures this archetype in a way that is both subtle and profound. Power, for all her chaotic energy, represents the purest form of camaraderie Denji experiences. Her death is a moment of profound loss, a reminder that even the most fleeting moments of joy are tainted by the blood-soaked world they inhabit. Similarly, Aki's tragic arc mirrors Jesse's struggle to find redemption in an unforgiving sidekicks. They are martyrs. They embody the hope, however fragile, that humanity can endure even in the face of overwhelming darkness. Let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer genius of the chainsaw motif. On the surface, it's a gimmick, something to make the action sequences stand out. But in the hands of a true intellectual, the chainsaw becomes a metaphor for the destructive nature of ambition. Just as Walter White's meth lab represents his rebellion against a world that undervalues him, Denji's chainsaws represent his rejection of a society that has left him to rot. Both tools are symbols of liberation, but also of enslavement. They empower their wielders, but they also trap them in cycles of violence and despair. And yet, despite its brilliance, Chainsaw Man remains a tragically underrated work. Its profound themes, layered characters, and brutal honesty about the human condition are overlooked by mainstream audiences, who dismiss it as edgy or shallow. Meanwhile, lesser works like Revolutionary Girl Utena or Tomorrow's Joe are showered with praise, their fans blissfully unaware of the shallow waters they're wading in. The tragedy of Chainsaw Man is not just its obscurity. It is the willful ignorance of a society that refuses to engage with art that challenges, provokes, and transcends. In the end, Chainsaw Man is not just an anime. It is a testament to the human spirit. It is a Faustian tragedy, a Breaking Bad-esque epic, and a bloody gospel of chainsaws and devils. It is a story about us, about our hopes, our fears, and the impossible bargains we make to survive. And if you don't see it, if you can't appreciate the brilliance of Chainsaw Man, perhaps you're not ready. Perhaps you never will be. But for those of us who do, those of us who truly understand, it is nothing less than a revelation. So go ahead, watch Chainsaw Man. Join the few, the proud, the enlightened. And remember, there is more to life than stale bread and cigarette butts. There are chainsaws, devils, and the eternal struggle for a dream that may never come true.